lifelong learning journey. My name is Edith Hammer, and I'm a program specialist at the UNESCO Institute for Lifelong Learning. And I'm also part of the UNESCO Global Network of Learning Cities team here at URL. And today I will be your moderator. Today's webinar marks the first one of our annual series that we have in the GNLC, and it offers a valuable opportunity to also warmly welcome the new members that have joined the Cities Network last year, and we will also have the chance to share some of our planned work for the year ahead. Please let me briefly walk you through today's agenda. We will begin with a welcoming address by Ms. Isabel Kempf, the director of the UNESCO Institute for Lifelong Learning. After this, my colleague Mo Wang will give you a short presentation on the recent growth and the impact of the Learning Cities Network. Following this, we have the honor to have with us some of the representatives of newly joined learning cities, and these representatives will share how they are making lifelong learning a reality for their citizens in their local context. If the time permits, we will conclude with an open discussion and some questions from the audience. We have a very full program today, and I kindly ask all the speakers to adhere strictly to their allotted time so that we can reserve some time for questions in the end. Before we begin, please let me share some important technical points with you. The webinar today is being recorded and it will be available on the URL website after the webinar. We will warmly invite all of you to use the chat box to share some comments and also to let us know where you're joining from. And I can see that this opportunity is already being made use of by some of the participants. Always nice to know who is here. Please also use the Q&A box. If you have any questions to our speakers and about the GNLC, we will do our best to answer these as many as possible. We have simultaneous interpretation available today in Arabic, in French and Spanish. And I would like to sincerely thank our partners for supporting interpretation, and for Arabic interpretation is provided by the Regional Center for Quality and Excellence in Education under the auspices of UNESCO, based in Jubail, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Thank you so much for helping us making this webinar more accessible. So now, without further delay, it is my pleasure to give the floor to Ms. Isabel Kempf, the director of the UNESCO Institute for Lifelong Learning, for her welcoming remarks. Please, Isabel, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Edith, and dear mayors, distinguished partners and colleagues. Really a very warm welcome to this webinar, which we are celebrating in the context of the International Day of Education in 2026. So we really celebrate today a shared vision, and meaning that learning is not confined to any moment in our life, but continues across our entire lifespans, shaping people, communities, and societies. This year's International Day of Education is highlighting youth as an agent of transformation and change in co-creating the future of education. Young people are really vital contributors to reimagining our educational systems and to also building more peaceful, just, and inclusive societies. At the same time, the engagement of youth is part of a broader lifelong learning vision where people of all ages have opportunities to learn, adapt, and participate fully in the life of our communities. This is precisely the vision advanced by the UNESCO Learning Cities across the globe. In 2025, we welcomed another 72 new cities from 46 countries, expanding the global network of learning cities to 425 members across 91 countries, serving nearly 500 million people. This growth reflects a global movement to place lifelong learning at the center of sustainable development, social justice, and also economic resilience. Learning cities demonstrate that education can flourish in many spaces: libraries and parks, workplaces, digital platforms, and neighborhoods. They also show that lifelong learning can reskill workers for rapidly changing labor markets, strengthen literacy and foundational skills, support citizens in navigating digital and AI transformations, and foster creativity, civic engagement, and also entrepreneurship. It's also very important to empower youth, along with other groups, to contribute meaningful to community development and envision a common future. What unites all learning cities is the belief that lifelong learning drives fairness, opportunities, and resilience. When cities weave learning into their development strategies, they create inclusive environments where people at every stage and any age can thrive. So I'm very happy that today we will hear directly from many mayors and representatives of the newly admitted UNESCO Learning Cities. We want to know what was happening under your leaderships and what becomes possible when cities embrace lifelong learning as a common good. So we very much look forward to hearing more about your inspiring work and also look forward to have you as part of our community. So we are really honored to have you join the UNESCO family and become part of the global network of learning cities. And I wish you now a very enriching and inspiring exchange. Welcome again, and thank you very much. Back to you, Edith.
Thank you very much, Isabel, for this warm and inspiring welcome to our new learning cities and to all the participants in the webinar. Yeah, I'm sure that this will be a very fruitful year ahead for the GNLC and for its member cities. And I will now pass on the floor to my colleague Mo Wang. She's a senior program specialist at the UNESCO Institute for Lifelong Learning and also part of the GNLC team. And she will provide a short presentation on the recent growth of the network, as well as its impacts and some of the key developments also planned for the year ahead. Very much looking forward to your presentation. The floor is yours, Mo.
Thank you, Edith. Can you hear me very well?
I can hear you fine. Yes, thank you.
Okay, super. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, friends, warm greetings to everyone and special greetings to the new members of the GNLC. I will now take a few minutes to share a brief overview of the recent growth of the UNESCO Global Network of Learning Cities, as well as some key elements of its impact and our upcoming work. This will provide a snapshot of where the network stands today and where we are heading in the coming year. Next slide, please. In 2025, we concluded another membership cycle, making a real milestone for the GNLC. A total of 72 new cities from 46 countries joined the GNLC. Among them are 11 capital cities, including Porto Novo in Benin, Bissau in Guinea-Bissau, Lusaka in Zambia, Cairo in Egypt, Riyadh in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Lisbon in Portugal, Ankara in Turkey, Ashgabat in Turkmenistan, Hanoi in Vietnam, Buenos Aires in Argentina, and Caracas in the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. In addition, 12 countries are joining the GNLC for the first time: Benin, Burkina Faso, Chile, Cyprus, Guinea-Bissau, Iraq, Mongolia, Niger, Turkmenistan, the United States of America, Venezuela, and Zambia. As a result of this expansion, the GNLC now brings together 425 member cities in 91 countries, collectively reaching nearly 500 million citizens worldwide. You can see the regional distribution of the new GNLC members, and the overall growth trends can be also seen in the graphs on these slides. You can see there is a significant growth in each region, particularly in Africa. Next slide, please. Beyond the growth, we are also seeing strong evidence of impact. Based on progress reports collecting data from 2022 to 2024, GNLC member cities reported concrete progress across multiple areas. When it comes to learning strategies, which form the foundation for structured and stable lifelong learning systems, we can see that 91% of cities have formalized such strategies. This reflects a strong commitment to structured and long-term planning at the local level. Next slide, please. Another important element to highlight is that 86% of learning cities have put in place a dedicated body to coordinate their learning city project. This is a key factor in ensuring effective coordination and governance, fostering collaboration among stakeholders, and enabling learning city initiatives to move forward in a structured and sustainable way. Next slide, please. So it's also essential to look at how cities are making learning accessible to all their citizens. Here, we can see that more than 87% of cities have a strategy to promote gender equality, and 93% have taken concrete action to ensure lifelong learning opportunities for marginalized and underprivileged groups. As illustrated in the pyramid, cities are actively targeting a wide range of groups, including youth, adults, older people, and persons with disabilities, demonstrating a strong commitment to inclusive lifelong learning across the life course. Next slide, please. It's also important to see how cities benefit from global cooperation as members of the GNLC. As shown in the graph, cities particularly value the network for peer learning and exchange, knowledge sharing, capacity building opportunities, international visibility, and participation in global and regional activities. Next slide, please. I will now briefly introduce the GNLC Academy, which forms a central part of the GNLC strategy 2025 to 2030, which was launched at the 6th International Conference on Learning Cities taking place in 2024. UIL and the Shanghai Open University have signed a landmark 3-year partnership agreement to establish the GNLC Academy UIL SOU Innovation and Capacity Building Hub. The Academy aims to position the GNLC as a global reference point for the implementation of lifelong learning and learning city development. It's closely linked to UNESCO's normative work and priorities, including the priority areas of the Global Report on Adult Learning and Education. Its work is organized around 3 main pillars. First, capacity building to support cities in strengthening their policies, systems, and local delivery of lifelong learning. Second, data and knowledge aggregation to generate evidence, share good practices, and support informed decision-making. And third, multilateral collaboration to foster cooperation and exchange among cities, regions, and partners worldwide. These 3 pillars will guide the Academy's activities and be progressively implemented this year. The GNLC Academy will operate as a distributed hybrid model designed to combine global coordination with regional contextualization and implementation. More information will be shared with GNLC members soon. Next slide. One of the main features of the GNLC Academy will be the establishment of a global hub in Shanghai, together with the annual Global Academy Campus. The Academy Campus will take the form of a 1-week immersive program designed exclusively for UNESCO Learning Cities, with the participation of around 50 delegates each year. Training will be delivered by UNESCO experts, academic professionals, and policy leaders, with a strong emphasis on peer learning and networking among cities. The 2026 Academy Campus will focus on 4 key areas, very exciting topics: artificial intelligence in learning cities, climate and sustainability action, health and well-being, and communication and advocacy. Next slide, please. Before finishing my presentation, I would like to briefly mention 2 important upcoming activities of this year. The first is the GNLC webinar series for 2026. Webinars will be organized every 2 months, starting in February, and held online via Zoom every 3rd Wednesday of the month. These sessions will combine expert inputs, presentations by JLC member cities, as well as discussion and networking opportunities. The full-year calendar will be published soon, and all cities will be invited to express their interest in presenting through this online survey. In addition, we will also be hosting onboarding meetings for our new member cities. These meetings will be organized by the JLC coordination team throughout February and grouped by country. They will focus on the technical aspects of how the network operates, how cities can actively engage in the JLC activities, and will also include dedicated time for questions and exchange with city representatives. So thank you very much for your attention. We will now continue with the program of the webinar. The floor is back to you, Edith. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mo, for this comprehensive presentation. I'm now very pleased to move on and to give the floor to the representatives of some of our new member cities in the GNLC. And I will invite the city representatives to share briefly some of the insights into their cities' lifelong learning journeys and how they address the learning needs of their citizens. If you have been following the webinar in English so far, I would kindly ask you to make sure that you are in the English channel. The interventions by Learning City representatives will be made in several languages, and if you're in the English channel, you can make sure to be able to access the English interpretation. Each city will have 3 minutes, and I'm aware that this is a very short time and that you would have a lot to share. I would kindly ask all speakers to stick to the allotted time and to allow me to interrupt you after 3 minutes so that we can ensure that everyone will have the chance to speak and we don't overrun the webinar. So without further ado, I would like to hand the floor to our first intervention. From the Learning City of Lusaka in Zambia, I would like to invite Ms. Shilando Shitangala, the mayor of Lusaka, to give a short intervention introduction to the city's activities. Please, the floor is yours. Ms. Chitangala, are you with us? Okay. In terms of time, I will suggest to move to the second intervention and come back to the city of Lusaka in just a little while. I would then like to start with Ms. Princess Faku, the Executive Mayor of the city, Learning City Buffalo in South Africa. Please, the floor is yours.
You can speak. No, it's fine. No, good afternoon to the chairperson and the representatives from UNESCO's Global Network of Learning Cities. Honorable mayors from cities across the world and other important stakeholders. On this occasion of International Education Day, Buffalo City Metropolitan Municipality is proud to join this new journey as part of UNESCO Global Network of Learning Cities. This milestone reflects our commitment to ensuring learning for anyone or everyone, everywhere, embedded on how we govern and serve our communities. A learning city recognizes that education is not limited to classrooms. It is a powerful tool to reduce inequality, grow skills, and build active citizenship. For Buffalo City, learning is central to dignity, opportunity, and sustainable development. UNESCO's vision of lifelong inclusive learning strongly aligns with Buffalo City Municipality Metropolitan. People's centered approach. We integrate learning into social development, service delivery, economic empowerment, and democratic participation. The Executive Mayor's Back to School campaign ensures learners return to school with dignity and confidence by providing school shoes and essentials. We remove barriers to learning and support foundational education for our most vulnerable children. The Buffalo City Municipality Metropolitan Municipality Bursary Fund invests in young people from disadvantaged backgrounds. It opens pathways to tertiary education, prioritizes scarce skills, and build the future human capital of our city. Through services on wheels, learning and government services are taken directly to communities. This mobile model provides access to education information, skills, opportunities, and bursary support, ensuring no one is excluded due to distance or cost. The One House, One Garden program promotes practical learning of household level. Communities again skills in food security, nutrition, and environmental sustainability. Learning that improves daily life and builds resilience. Our debating competitions develop confident, informed young citizens. They promote critical thinking, public speaking, and respectful dialogue.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm very sorry to interrupt you. Thank you so much for sharing these initial activities from Buffalo City. We are very pleased to have you here with us today and to have heard about these initiatives. We will now, in the course of time, have to move on to the second intervention. And I would like to invite Ms. Catherine Haig. She's the head of culture, place and city centre in Hull City Council. Hull is a new learning city from the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Please, Ms. Wynne Haig, you have 3 minutes as well. I cannot hear you yet. I can see a slide, but not hear you yet.
Does that work? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now very well. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, so my name is Kath, as I said, and I'm from Hull, and we're really pleased to join the network. I think I've lost my screen with the sharing. Let me just... I shall just carry on. So in terms of the where Hull is, has that moved on to the next slide?
Not yet.
I'm going to just stop and then quickly start again, if that's okay. Oh, did that work?
I can see the first slide.
Perfect. So Hull is on the northeast coast of England, and we are a population of just under 270,000 people with an 800-year history of maritime. And what's important for us is in the 23-24, the city went through a big review of what it was doing in the development of a new community plan. Within that, we engaged citizens across the whole city to understand what was important to them. And what came back were these 6 ambitions across the whole piece, from safe and welcoming neighbourhoods to a fairer and safer Hull to culture and heritage across the board. From that community plan, where I come in, we look at the ambition 6, which is around our culture and heritage. which led to the development of a new culture and heritage strategy, which opened up a whole new opportunity in thinking about how we work as a city in the international space, which was one of the key factors of applying to join this network. So in terms of our learning objectives, we've got key aspects from increasing sector-based employment to general access to skills, looking at in skills for women and young people and minority groups disproportionately affected, to deliver the ambitions on our strategy, and to develop a sustainable model for a key science-based festival, which is our big moment of learning. So over the next, just check, 5 to 10 years, will be the idea is that we're at the forefront of innovative, low carbon and climate resilient development, that a city will have developed to expand quality office accommodation, and that actually for the city, it's really important for 90% of the cities below sea level. So actually this work around climate change and education is really important to how we move forward. And that actually as a city, we want to be a city of high skills economy and increasing the percentage of people with a higher population of in terms of qualifications. And then the final slide, is again looking at our development and climate change education. So this is a really key factor, and we're hoping to learn from the other cities in the network and how we can work together about how you've addressed this issue in terms of your cities and how we can work with our citizens as well around learning on this agenda.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wien-Haig, for this comprehensive introduction and also for staying within the time. We will now move on, and I hear and see that the mayor of the UNESCO Learning City, Lusaka in Zambia, shall now be available. Ms. Chilando Chitangala, please, if you're ready to take the floor, we will look forward to your intervention. I can see that you're online. Maybe there are some connection issues. So we will move on for now, and we will give it another try just a little bit later. I would then like to move on to the UNESCO.
Okay, I think you can hear me now. Yeah,
I can hear you now. Wonderful. Please.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. This is from the city of Lusaka. My name is Chilando Chitangala, the mayor. And Lusaka's admission to the UNESCO Global Network of Learning Cities is a very significant achievement for our city and its citizens. It reflects our firm belief that learning is a lifelong process, one that empowers individuals, strengthens communities, and also promotes sustainable urban development. As a UNESCO Learning City, Lusaka's vision is to place lifelong learning at the very heart of development. We understand learning not only as formal education, but as a continuous journey that equips residents with the knowledge, skills, and values needed to improve livelihoods, and also to enhance public service delivery and build an inclusive and resilient city. Our commitment is to provide meaningful learning opportunities to the residents, regardless of age, gender, origin, or background. The first priority is to access learning opportunities. We are expanding early childhood development, adult education, and community-based learning programs. In particular, we are focusing to place on women, youth, and persons with disabilities, ensuring that no one is left behind. And then the second priority is skills development and employable through skills development. Bursary is funded by our CDF, which is Community Development Fund. Young people and adults are gaining access to vocational training. Also, the third priority is education for sustainable development. Lusaka is integrating learning on climate action, environmental stewardship, and urban resilience. The fourth one is also digital inclusion. In collaboration with the Smart Zambia Institute, we are expanding access to digital infrastructure, e-government services, and digital skills training. The fifth one is also our priority is to build strong partnership and coordinated action to continue working closely with government institutions, civil society organization, and non-government organization, and the private sector, including the community groups, to build a supportive and inclusive learning ecosystem across the city. In conclusion, I'll be very fast because I know we don't have time. Lusaka's journey as a UNESCO Learning City is about cultivating a culture of lifelong learning, and also one that unlocks opportunities and supports sustainable development and ensures that every resident has the skills and knowledge to thrive. Thank you.
Thank you so much for presenting about the activities and priorities of the city of Lusaka, and we can see already some commonalities among cities when it comes to addressing the climate crisis, when it comes to addressing the challenges that come with digitalization, when it comes to building partnerships at local level. Thank you so much and welcome to the UNESCO GNLC. I would now like...
Thank you.
Oh, we can see you also. Very nice to see you also. Hi.
Thank you.
We would now like to move on to Ms. Aisa Yusuf Köroşlu. She's the head of the Department of Culture and Arts in the UNESCO Learning City of Ankara in Turkey. The floor is yours for your intervention.
Thank you, distinguished UNESCO. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, by the way. Distinguished UNESCO representatives, dear colleagues, it's a great pleasure to be here today on behalf of the Ankara Metropolitan Municipality. Ankara, my city, the capital of Turkey, places lifelong learning at the heart of its urban vision. And we believe that learning is not limited to schools or early ages, but it's a continuous process that strengthens individuals, communities, and cities. In this framework, I would like to highlight BELMEC, our community-based lifelong learning centers. BELMEC centers provide vocational skills, support women's participation in economic and social life, and create inclusive learning spaces where people from different backgrounds come together to learn and produce. The inclusion of BELMEC in the UNESCO Global Network of Learning Cities is both an honor and a great responsibility for us. It reflects our commitment to accessible, inclusive, and sustainable learning opportunities for all citizens. Our learning approach extends beyond classrooms and reaches neighborhoods and everyday urban life. Through BELMEC, learning contributes not only to employability, but also to social cohesion, self-confidence, and a strong sense of belonging. We highly value this global network as a platform for knowledge exchange, collaboration, and shared solutions to urban challenges. My city, Ankara, is ready to contribute, to learn from other cities, and to grow together. By the way, thank you for this opportunity and for your continued commitment to learning cities worldwide.
Thank you so much, and a big welcome also to the new UNESCO Learning City of Ankara. Very pleased to have in the network, and also nice to hear about the work that you're doing and the focus that you also play on promoting lifelong learning in the neighborhoods and bringing this to the city. Very much looking forward to the continued cooperation with you.
Thank you.
We would now like to move on to the city of Chihuahua in Mexico. And we have with us the Vice Mayor, Mr. Enrique Xavier Xaviera Venzor, and we very much look forward to receive an introduction to the city of Chihuahua. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Edith, and everyone that is attending this webinar. We in Chihuahua celebrate this International Education Day by joining the UNESCO Global Network of Learning Cities with a clear vision to use STEAM learning as a driver of social inclusion, economic competitiveness, and urban resilience. Our strategy does not start from zero. It builds on an existing industrial, academic, and social ecosystem aligned with lifelong learning. As you can see in this presentation, we have four main pillars: inclusion, innovation and competitiveness, economic development, and resilience. If you can go to the next slide, please. Our vision, lifelong learning as a public policy, very important to us that this becomes a public policy in our city with priority focus on STEAM and digital skills, but also as a city that learns from early childhood through adult working life and education linked to employment, innovation, and social cohesion. If we can go to the next slide, please. Strategic priorities as a new UNESCO Learning City. Of course, as I said, STEM centers in underserved areas to democratize access to learning, but also, and very important, coordination among industrial clusters, universities, and government. Our priorities focus on closing gaps and aligning learning with real economic development. We are promoting STEAM centers in marginalized areas and strengthening collaboration between industry, academia, and government to develop relevant and sustainable talent, particularly for youth and historically excluded populations. Next slide, please. The UNESCO network as an accelerator of local impact. Of course, this is a highlight for us because we can take a hold of good practices internationally, the global STEAM learning programs, and improved employability and urban competitiveness. Chihuahua's integration into the UNESCO Global Network of Learning Cities is an accelerator for us, not just an endpoint or a starting point. It allows us to learn from other cities, strengthen our local programs, and better measure the impact of learning on employability, innovation, and the well-being of our population. So, to conclude, what can Chihuahua contribute to other learning cities? A STEAM learning model linked to industrial clusters, an active ecosystem of technology, startups, and innovative entrepreneurship, partnerships among startups, universities, and local government, and STEAM centers as tools for urban social inclusion. So thank you very much for the opportunity to join the Learning Cities at UNESCO. We're very glad to hear from you and your projects in your cities. So thank you again, and let's celebrate together this International Education Day.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tavira Vinsor, for this comprehensive presentation of the city of Chihuahua. A big welcome to you and the city and everyone who works and supports the Learning City concept. Welcome to the GNLC.
Thank you, Edith. Have a good day.
Thank you so much. You too. I would now like to move on again to another region. We have also welcomed last year the city of Ashgabat, the capital city of Turkmenistan, to the UNESCO Learning Cities Network. And today we have with us Ms. Meryem Geldieva, the Vice Mayor of Ashgabat, and she will present the city in Russian language. The floor is yours.
Здравствуйте, уважаемый председатель, дорогие коллеги и друзья.
The honored chairman, distinguished colleagues and friends.
Позвольте мне выразить благодарность организаторам сегодняшней встречи за предоставленную возможность принять участие и выступить перед ее авторитетной аудиторией.
Allow me to express my sincere gratitude to organizers of this meeting to giving me opportunity to participate and address such as this distinguished audience.
Пользуясь случаем, от имени мэра нашей столицы и всех горожан хочу выразить искреннюю признательность руководству и сотрудникам ЮНЕСКО за оказанную поддержку во внесении в декабре прошлого года города Ашхабада в глобальную сеть обучающих городов, что открывает новые возможности для развития города в области образования, науки, культуры и творческих индустрий.
Taking this opportunity on the behalf of Mayor of our capital and all its citizens, I would like to extend heartfelt appreciation to the leadership and staff of the UNESCO for their invaluable support in admitting Ashgabat to the UNESCO Global Network of Learning Cities in last December. This recognition opens new opportunities to the further development of our city in education, science, and culture, and the creative industries.
Принятие Ашхабада в глобальную сеть обучающихся городов ЮНЕСКО является свидетельством его стратегического ведения расширенной возможности для обучения на протяжении всей жизни и развития устойчивой экономики, основанной на инновационных знаниях. Это признание еще больше укрепит текущие образовательные инициативы нашей столицы и будет способствовать ее устойчивому росту, что вполне соответствует концепции развития города Ашхабад в 2015-2016 годах. Это еще раз подчеркивает неизменную приверженность мудрого руководства уважаемого президента Туркменистана Сердара Бердымухамедова расширению прав возможностей сообществ посредством превосходного образования, инноваций и устойчивого развития.
Inclusion of Ashgabat in UNESCO Global Network of Learning Cities is a clear testament of its strategic vision aimed at expanding long-life learning opportunities and fostering a sustainable economy based on innovative knowledge. This recognition will further strengthen our ongoing educational initiatives and contribute to the sustainable growth of our capital fully in line with the concept of development of Ashgabat for 2015-2016. It also reaffirms an unwavering commitment to empowering communities through quality education, innovation, and sustainable development under the wise leadership of our esteemed President of Turkmenistan, Serдар Berdimuhamedov.
Как известно, Ашхабад стал городом дизайна в сети творческих городов ЮНЕСКО в 2023 году, что стало свидетельством его приверженности и международному сотрудничеству в развитии динамической и креативной городской среды.
As is well known, in 2023, Ashgabat officially became a city of design within the UNESCO Creative Cities Network, which demonstrates its dedication to international cooperation in the development of a dynamic and creative urban environment.
Мы уверены, что участие Ашхабада в глобальной сети обучающих городов ЮНЕСКО также будет способствовать обмену переводом, международным опытом и укрепить позицию туркменской столицы в развитии научно-образовательного диалога и формировании будущего, основанного на знаниях в творчестве, что в конечном счете будет способствовать созданию устойчивого общества, способного противостоять будущим вызовам.
We are confident that participation of Ashgabat in the global network of learning cities will also facilitate the exchange of international best practices, strengthen the position of Turkmen capital in developing scientific and educational dialogue. Furthermore, it will contribute in shaping a future built on knowledge and creativity, ultimately fostering a sustainable society capable of meeting future challenges.
В заключение хочу заверить, что наш город Ашхабад готов к региональному и глобальному сотрудничеству в области науки, образования, культуры и в других сферах развития. Мы всегда открыты и готовы работать с партнерами, заинтересованными в налаживании сотрудничества с нами.
In conclusion, I would like to assure you that Ashgabat is fully prepared for regional and global cooperation in science, education, culture, and other spheres of development. We remain open to partnership and warmly welcome all the interested in establishing constructive cooperation with us.
Желаем всем участникам встречи крепкого здоровья, удачи во всех делах и начинаниях. В новом году, в 2026 году, огромного счастья и благополучия. Благодарю за внимание.
I wish all participants strong health, success in every endeavors in the new year 2026 and great happiness and prosperity. So thank you very much for your attention. Good luck.
Thank you very much also for your presentation from Ashgabat and Farah, highlighting also your interest and willingness for international cooperation and taking an active role within the Learning Cities network. A warm welcome to the city of Ashgabat as well. Thank you. I would now like to move on and give the floor to Mr. Sumiyapata Ulti Orshik. He's the governor of Bayangol district in Mongolia, also a new member within the UNESCO Learning Cities network. And we will again have interpretation from Mongolian to English. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. And then we're waiting to our governor to start to speak. Засаг дарга Сумиатраа та одоо шууд яриагаа эхэлж болно шүү. Дарга микрофоноо нээгээрээ микрофон хаалттай байна.
За архим үндэд ЮНЕСКО-гийн төлөөлөгчд болон хамт суралцах шатын төсөлд оролцож байгаа хотын дарганараа Монгол улсын зүрхэн эсрэг орш Баянгол дүүрэг ЮНЕСКО-гийн суралцах шатуудын дэлхийн сүлжээнд нэгдсэн манай 260 гаруй мянган иргэдийн хүсэл эрмэлзэл хамтын хүчин сэтгэлийн үр дүн байлаа. Миний би засаг даргын хувьд хүнээ хөгжүүлэх, одоо хөгжүүлэхийн үндэс гэж үздэг. Бидний баримталж буй гол бодлого бол үе хоорондын суралцахын гүүр болох явдал юм аа. Үүний хүрээнд нэгдүгээр ахмад наснуудын идэвхтэй оролцоо бид ахмадын хөгжлийн төвөд зөвхөн чөлөө цагаа өнгөрөх газар биш, тэдний баялаг, туршлагыг залуу үедээ өвлүүлэх, нөгөө талаас ахмадуудаа дижитал шилжилт сургах, насан туршийн босрлын төв болгон өөрчлөлөө. Ахмад үеийнхэн маань өнөөдөр манай суралцах шатын хамгийн идэвхтэй багш суралцагч нар болоод байна.
Honorable delegates representing UNESCO distinguished mayor from the following Learning City projects. At access the Bayangol district located at the very heart of the Ulaanbaatar city and the UNESCO Global Network of Learning Cities, the result of the shared appreciation and the collaboration effort of over 260 citizens. As a district governor, I firmly believe that developing peoples is the very foundations in every developing cities, and our core policy is to serve as the bridge between the intergenerations. This framework, the first active engaging of the senior citizens, and then we have transformed our senior developing center from the simple, the leisure space and the long learning center, and we reach the experienced senior citizen and pass to a young generation if the senior themselves get skill with the digital skills.
Хоёрдугаар эмэгтэйчүүдийн хөгжил бол эдийн засгийн бие даасан байдал, бид эмэгтэйчүүдэд зориулсан ур чадвар олох сургалтуудыг бодлогоор дэмжиж байна. Сүүлийн нэг улирал гэхэд 4,000 гаруй иргэн сургалтанд хамрагдсны дээлийнх нь одоо эмэгтэйчүүд энэ дотроо бизнес эрхлэгч нэмэлт орлого олохыг одоо хүссэн ийм залуу эмэгтэйчүүд хамрагдсан байна.
Second, the women's developing the economic improvements, and then we are providing strong policy support for the skill-based training programs, tolerate especially from the women. In the most recent quarter alone, more than 4,000 citizens participated in training programs, and for the majority from whom they were women, as well as creating tangible opportunities in our 9,200 citizens to start micro business and generate additional incomes.
Гуравдугаарт тэгшүүртэмжтэй орчин бий болохыг зорж байна. Манайд өдөр дунджаар 8-9 удаагийн тогтмол сургалт зохион байгуулагддаг. За бид одоо хөгжлийн бэрхшээлтэй иргэд залуучууд ажил хойж буй иргэд гээд хэнийг ч орхитуулахгүйгээр боловсролын үйлчлэгийг эртэн ойртуулж дүүргийн одоо хороо бүр суралцах боломжийг бүрдүүлсэн.
And third, inclusive the equal learning environment. In our district, we have an average 8 to 9 training sessions, and that conducted on a daily basis. And we ensure that one of the left behind the bringing the learning opportunities to closer home, the people with disabilities, and then the youth and the job seeker alike, and with enable access education every neighborhood.
Дөрөвдүгээрт Баянгол дүүрэг маань Монгол улсын одоо аймаг дүүргүүдээс бас анхны суралцагчид болсон. Тийм учраас энэ загварыг нутагшуулахад бид бас одоо чиглүүлэн ажиллаж байна. Бид хамтран ажилладаг бусад байгууллагууд 207 байгууллага энэхүү суралцах экосистемийн амьд байх гол хүч гэж үзэж одоо үйл ажиллагаа явуулж байна. Миний бие засаг даргын хувьд 2025-аас 27 оны стратеги төлөвлөгөөгөө иргэн бүрийн амьдралын чанарыг сайжруулахад чиглүүлсэн. Сурахын баяр маань жил бүр манай иргэдийн эв нэгдэл хөгжин дэвшгийн бэлэгдэл болон тэмдэглэгдэж байна. Бид олон улсын хотуудтай туршлага хуваалцаж бүс нутгийн хэмжээнд маллайлагч бодлогын төлөө хичээн бас ажиллах болно. Хамтдаа суралцаж, хамтдаа үжсгөөё. Анхаарал хандуулсанд баярлалаа.
The fourth, as Bayangol district provided methodology of guidance in other the provinces and the districts across the Mongolia in supporting the legislation expansion of the learning city model. And we very proudly to be starter of the model city, and then the 207 partners organization we collaborate with our driving force and sustainable systems of the vibrant learning ecosystems. As a district governor, I have aligned to our 2025 until 2026 strategy plan with the goal improving the equally life the every citizens. And our annual festival learning to has become symbol and unity to the progress and our community. And we will be continue to share our experience and internationally cities, and then strive become a regional leader city. And then let's learn and together and grow together. And kindly thank you very much for your attention, and then good luck for all of you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and also a warm welcome to the Bayangol district in Mongolia. Thank you for sharing these insights into the cities and district activities. We have given a bit more time to the cities of Ashgabat and Bayangol because of the continuous interpretation. We will now move on to the city of Casablanca in Morocco, also new UNESCO GNLC member, and we have with us Ms. Ingrid Peschel, International Relations Specialist, Partnerships and Cooperation, and we look forward to hearing from Casablanca. Excuse me, I cannot hear you yet. There seems to be a difficulty with the sound. Okay, could you try again? Would you like me to pass the floor to another city first and then come back to you? Okay, wonderful. Then you have some moment to figure this out. Okay, then we will move on, and I would like to invite Mr. Rodrigo Melio Gonçalves, Councillor of Education of the new UNESCO Learning City of Lisbon in Portugal, to give us an insight into the city's profile and activities. Mr. Gonçalves, the floor is yours.
Bonjour à tous, c'est un grand honneur pour Lisbonne de participer à ce dialogue mondial à l'occasion de la Journée internationale de l'éducation, désormais en tant que membre
It's
officiel
an
du réseau
honor to
mondial
take
des
part
villes
as
et
member of the
universités. Lisbonne
GNLC.
apporte à ce réseau une vision forte et
Lisbon
assumée
brings a
de la vie
strong
durable,
and confident
l'écosystème dynamique
vision to the
d'apprentissage
network,
tout au long de la vie, où
an
chacun, y compris
ecosystem
les plus
devoted to
vulnérables,
lifelong
a des
learning,
opportunités de
where
réussite
each
personnelle,
member
civique et
has
professionnelle. Pour nous, Lisbonne est
opportunities on a
essentiellement
social and
plus qu'une
professional
école, c'est une
level.
école à ciel ouvert, ouverte à tous.
It's
À
an
Lisbonne, nous
open-air
croyons que
school
l'apprentissage peut
open to
avoir lieu
all.
partout, dans une
This
bibliothèque, dans
learning
une
can take
entreprise,
place
dans un musée, dans un
everywhere,
quartier,
in
sur une
libraries,
place publique
companies,
ou dans
in a
une école.
cafe,
Notre
in a
mission est
community
simple, faire en
center,
sorte que
absolutely
chacune de ces
anywhere. Our
expériences
mission
devienne
is
une opportunité
simple.
réelle
We want each
d'apprentissage, et
experience
que
to
nos
create a
citoyens
real
et
learning
citoyennes
opportunity,
contribuent à
and
construire
that
le meilleur
citizens
avenir possible
contribute
pour
to
la ville de
building the
Lisbonne.
best future
La
possible all
démarche
together.
Lisbonne ville apprenante repose sur un modèle
Our
de leadership
standpoint
public fort, mais
rests
profondément
on
collaboratif.
strong public
Depuis
initiative
2022,
and
la
participation. Since
municipalité a rassemblé la
2022,
ville autour d'un même
the
objectif
town
en créant
has
un
come
écosystème
together
qui compte
around a
aujourd'hui
common
plus de 120
objective,
organisations
creating
partenaires
an
issues d'une
ecosystem
diversité
of
sans précédent
120
et ayant
partner
construit un réseau solide
organizations, which is
réunissant des
unprecedented.
institutions publiques et privées,
We have
des
built a
organisations
network bringing together
société
public and
civile,
private
des entreprises,
institutions,
des écoles,
civil
des universités
society,
et des
companies,
acteurs
schools,
culturels.
universities,
Ensemble,
and
nous avons
cultural
transformé les
figures
murs traditionnels de
to
l'éducation.
break down the traditional
Lisbonne offre
walls
aujourd'hui un
in the
portefeuille de
city.
plus de 1200 opportunités
Today, we have a
d'apprentissage
portfolio of over 1,200
géographiées et
opportunities,
géolocalisées,
which
accessibles
are
à tous.
geolocalized,
Cette
accessible to
coopération
all.
intersectorielle
This
nous permet de mobiliser les ressources
intersectorial
toutes les villes
operation
pour répondre aux besoins réels
allows
des
us
citoyens.
to
À Lisbonne, la
answer the
technologie n'est
genuine
pas une
needs
fin
of
en
the
soi.
population.
C'est un outil au service de
This is
l'égalité
not
des
an
chances
end in
grâce
itself,
à
it's a
notre
tool.
plateforme numérique et au
And
système des
thanks to
open
our
badges,
digital
nous rendons visibles des
platform
compétences qui étaient
and
invisibles
network
jusqu'à
in the
présent.
field, we make
Le
visible
leadership dans un domaine
competencies which
territorial,
were hidden up until
l'entrepreneuriat
now.
numérique appris dans une bibliothèque
Leadership
ou
and
l'engagement citoyen.
digital
Les
entrepreneuriat is a
résultats
key
sont
factor
extraordinaires.
of our commitment.
7600
The results are
citoyens
there.
sont déjà actifs sur la
Over
plateforme. Plus de
7,600 citizens are
3200
active on the
certifications
platform.
numériques ont été
There are
délivrées. Ces
3,200
badges
digital
enrichissent les
certificates
parcours
delivered.
professionnels et valorisent les apprentissages
These
formels et non
are
formels pour
professional
toute personne
and
à Lisbonne.
have real weight
Et nous
in
n'allons
the
pas
formal
ralentir
professional
notre
sector.
engagement envers
We don't want to
l'UNESCO
slow down
et
our
envers les
commitment
citoyens de Lisbonne qui
to
se projettent
UNESCO
désormais
and
jusqu'en
our citizens.
2030. Nous avons des
We will
objectifs
continue these
précis visant à
projects
être
to
20 000
2030
utilisateurs actifs et
with our objective to mobilize 8,000
pour
active
l'avenir.
users on our
Accompagner la
platform
transition numérique et écologique
to
de manière
foster
juste et
ecological and
inclusive.
digital
C'est pourquoi nous
transition
invitons tous les
in a
villes à nous
just
rejoindre
manner,
pour faire de
which is why we
l'éducation un
invite all
monde
the
plus
cities to
juste,
join
plus
us
accessible et
in this
profondément
adventure,
transformatrice pour tous.
which is
En
accessible and
rejoignant
which
le
will
réseau
profoundly
mondial des villes
transform
apprenantes,
all of us.
Lisbonne souhaite non seulement apprendre
As
des
a
autres
learning
villes,
city,
mais également
Lisbon
partager ses
would like to
expériences,
learn from other
notamment
cities,
en
but also
matière
we would like to
d'inclusion
share our
numérique, de
experiences with you.
micro-certification et de gouvernance intersectorielle.
Micro
Pour
certification
conclure, nous
and
croyons fermement que les villes
multi-sectorial
sont aujourd'hui
governance,
des acteurs clés de
because
la transformation
we
qui
believe
s'applique.
that these are
En faisant de
key
l'apprentissage
factors
une
in the
priorité à chaque
transformation of
étape de la
cities,
vie, nous créons des
and
villes plus
learning
inclusives, plus
at every stage of
résilientes et
life
plus durables.
creates lives
Je vous
which
remercie de
are more
votre attention
sustainable
et je
and
me réjouis de
inclusive.
poursuivre cet échange avec vous.
I would like to talk about this further with you, if possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this introduction on the Learning City Lisbon, and I think we will have lots of opportunities in the future to strengthen the dialogue among the cities and also with the GNLC Secretariat, and we very much look forward to being in touch and exchanging on experiences, learning from each other. I think this is really what this network is about, and that's the strength of what we provide in the UNESCO Learning Cities network. I would now, so a warm welcome also to Lisbon. I would now like to call on Ms. Cashel again to see if the audio works and if we can hear from Casablanca.
I hope so. Do you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you quite well. It's a little bit low, the voice, but I think it shall work okay.
Okay, I'm so sorry for this.
No, it's
Okay, I apologize for the Vice Mayor of Casablanca. He's not available now. He's at the Parliament, and so I have his notes. So I will speak in French. I'm sorry because I didn't prepare correctly in English, and I'm not enough fluid to speak, to translate in 1 minute. But anyway, bonjour à tous. Donc, la ville de Casablanca
Hello,
vous
everybody. The town of Casablanca would like to thank UNESCO for this opportunity. Here, we have placed education at the heart of our priorities, as we are in a city where there are huge social discrepancies, and we are trying to work with everybody. Today, we have created a worldwide network supervised by UNESCO, and we would like to strengthen our lifelong learning facilities even more today. Our main challenges are inclusion, young women, handicapped people, and vulnerable populations. Vocational training is at the heart of our priorities. We have dedicated structures for lifelong learning in this respect, and these structures are integrated to the Second Chance School in Casablanca, which offers education notably to prisoners who have finished their sentence. We also accompany migrants that transit through Casablanca. Often they don't stay in our city, but we encourage them to stay for a while and benefit from training and reinsertion into society, often professionally, through targeted training sessions. Today, we are in a period where climate is very important also in our city, and we have created a network called 40, which is at the heart of climate change priorities. So all the training we dispense on this theme are designated as crucial for people who are young and less young too, because here in Morocco, we really are affected by climate change. And we have developed a partnership with actors such as the World Bank to train city representatives and in neighborhoods that are part of the Casablanca municipality, and develop projects exclusive to this very large city where there are infrastructure issues. Today, we wish to educate everyone working on these projects, notably environmental projects. Thank you very much.
I hope you got it. Did you get this translation perfectly? Because I couldn't translate all he wrote to me, because he wrote to me maybe 15 minutes ago. So I hope you get the main proposal.
Yes, thank you so much then for being available at such short notice. It was a super interesting intervention. So great to hear about what Casablanca has been doing, but also, of course, about the challenges that the city is facing and the direction which it is taken also in terms of addressing the climate crisis. This has been one of the priority areas also within the Learning Cities network in the past years. And we will continue very dedicated to work on this, to provide capacity building and materials, and to provide the platforms also for cities to share their best practices on how to address these environmental and climate issues. So thank you so much again.
And sorry.
Thank you very much. It was perfect.
Bye.
I would now like to move on to Brazil, and we have with us Mr. Pedro Almeida, the mayor of Passo Fundo, a new UNESCO Learning City, and we very much look forward to hearing from you. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor for me to participate in this event. I am Pedro Almeida, the mayor of Passo Fundo, in the state of Rio Grande do Sul, in the southern region of Brazil. I am the president of the Education Committee of the National Front of Mayors, an organization that defends the interests of cities in Brazil. I'm sorry, I don't know, I don't speak English very well, and a member of our team will translate. John, okay? Passo Fundo. Passo Fundo é uma cidade de médio porte do sul do Brasil, reconhecida nacionalmente como a capital nacional da literatura. Nossa identidade educacional é construída a partir de um legado que articula tradição e inovação, no qual a cidade aprende enquanto ensina e conecta gerações por meio de redes colaborativas de conhecimento, cultura e oportunidades.
So Passo Fundo is a medium-sized city in southern Brazil, nationally recognized as the national capital of literature. Our educational identity is built upon a legacy that brings together tradition and innovation, in which the city learns while it teaches, and connects generations through collaborative networks of knowledge, culture, and opportunities.
O município tem mais de 120 escolas, sendo que destas 75 são mantidas pelo poder público municipal, inúmeras instituições de ensino superior e uma ampla rede de espaços de aprendizagem não formal e comunitária. Somos signatários da Carta das Cidades Educadoras desde 2021 e desenvolvemos ações como seminários internacionais, intercâmbios com estudantes da rede pública e a oferta de escolas públicas temáticas de educação não formal. Atualmente são 8 escolas públicas de educação não formal gratuitas e intergeracionais abertas a toda a população.
The municipality has more than 120 schools, of which 75 are maintained by the municipal government, as well as numerous higher education institutions and a broad network of non-formal and community learning spaces. We have been signatories of the Charter of Education Cities since 2021 and have developed the initiatives such as international seminars, exchange programs with public school students, and the provision of thematic public schools for non-formal education. Currently, 8 public schools of non-formal education, which are free of charge, intergenerational, and open to the entire population.
No longo prazo, o nosso objetivo é consolidar um sistema de governança transversal de aprendizagem ao longo da vida, reduzir desigualdades educacionais e promover a inclusão digital e a sustentabilidade.
So, in the long term, our goal is to consolidate a cross-sector governance system, for lifelong learning, reduce educational inequalities, and promote digital inclusion and sustainability.
Esperamos aprender com as demais cidades da rede e contribuir ativamente para esse diálogo global.
So by joining the global network of learning cities, Passo Fundo hopes we can learn so much with the social cohesion and to include sustainable and human development. We look forward to learning from other cities in the network to actively contributing to the global dialogue.
We appreciate the opportunity and are available to connect and exchange experience with other organizations and cities. We stand together for education. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and greetings to Pastor Fundo. Welcome to the GNLC. With that, we already come to the last but not least intervention of today, and I would now very warmly welcome the representative from the city of Cairo in Egypt, Ms. Meral Nabil Kamel, to also present from the city of Cairo. Please, the floor is yours.
السيدات والسادة، ممثلي منظمة اليونسكو ومعهد اليونسكو للتعلم، زملائي من المدن الأعضاء في شبكة مدن التعلم، معاكم ميرال نبيل كامل، مدير عام الإدارة العامة للحفاظ على تراث القاهرة في ديوان تحيات مدينة القاهرة، وأن أتقدم والاحتفال باليوم العالمي للتعلم وعلى ترحيبها بانضمام القاهرة إلى شبكة اليونسكو العالمية لمدن التعلم. إن هذا الانضمام يعكس التزام القاهرة بتبني رؤية شاملة للتعلم مدى الحياة باعتباره ركيزة أساسية للتنمية المستدامة وبناء الإنسان وتعزيز العدالة الاجتماعية. القاهرة مدينة ذات تاريخ إنساني وحضاري عريق وتراث حي ثابت في نسيجها العمراني.
I believe that the Arabic interpretation does not work. Is that only the case for me? Let me just check 1 second, because otherwise it would be a pity. Okay. I'm sorry, I've just received a message that apparently the Arabic interpretation, although it was available before, is not available yet. I'm very sorry for that. Let me just check. But it seems that the interpreter is not here with us anymore, which is very unfortunate, because I assume that you would like to continue giving a presentation in Arabic, right? Okay, we can just check, but if the interpreter is not here, I'm afraid, unless you were willing to present in French or in English very spontaneously, but if that, which we understand is not an option, we may invite you in one of our next webinars to present the CT. How do you feel? Would you like to speak in English or French instead, or do you prefer to present the City of Cairo in our next webinar?
Okay, I will speak in English. Just
Okay.
a second. Okay. Cairo is a city with a rich human and cultural history and a living heritage firmly rooted in its urban fabric, culture, and traditional crafts. From this perspective, cultural heritage, both tangible and intangible forms a central axis in Cairo's vision as a learning city, not only as past we preserve, but also as an educational tool and an open space for the transmission of knowledge between generations. The city of Cairo is committed to building a learning city through inclusive education, lifelong learning, sustainable development, support for entrepreneurship, and reliance on its cultural heritage, ensuring truly equal opportunities for all segments of society. In this context, Cairo relies on a strong community infrastructure that supports learning of all stages. It includes more than 145 youth and community development centers that contribute to capacity building and promote informal learning, along with 987 nurseries to support early learning and more than
50 public libraries that foster a culture of reading and lifelong learning. Based on this vision, the Cairo Governorate is working to enhance inclusive learning opportunities, integrate learning with heritage and urban development, digital transformation, and expand partnerships with universities, cultural institutions, and civil society to make the entire city an open space for learning. Carriers joining the Learning Cities network confirms our belief that learning rooted in culture and heritage is more sustainable and impactful, and that cities that invest in people and preserve their cultural identity are best positioned to build a better future. In conclusion, we reaffirm Cairo's commitment to cooperating with UNESCO and all member cities to exchange experiences and build more inclusive, sustainable, and learning cities. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and greetings to Cairo, warm welcome to the network, and apologies again for the in Arabic interpretation not being available. Thank you for being so spontaneous and presenting in English. It was really a benefit also to hear from the city of Cairo at this occasion. Thank you so much.
You're welcome anytime.
So with that, we are approaching the end of today's webinar. Please let me thank all city leaders, all city representatives for your thoughtful interventions. They were really inspiring. They have also provided such valuable insights on how lifelong learning supports diverse groups and communities around the world. And I believe that these presentations from such different cities and new members have provided also a strong foundation for the work in the UNESCO GNLC this year. We wish all learning cities every success and look forward to further strengthening our cooperation and working with you. I would also warmly like to thank our interpreters who supported the webinar today, our partners who supported the webinar today, and of course, all you, our colleagues who were involved in the organization and preparation of this webinar. Finally, we hope to see you again next month as we begin the 2026 GNLC webinar series. Further details, including the webinar calendar and the survey link for learning cities to express interest in presenting their initiatives during the webinars, will be shared with you soon. And with this, thanks to everyone. Have a wonderful day and evening ahead, and see you soon. Thank you so much. Goodbye.